In a world of modern conveniences, there's a community where women handle their most personal needs completely differently. No drugstore runs, no plastic packaging, no advertisements. For centuries, Amish women have managed their periods using methods that would shock most modern women, and they've kept these practices largely secret from the outside world. The secret revealed: step inside any Amish home and you won't find a single disposable pad or tampon. Instead, you'll discover a completely different approach that has been passed down through generations. Amish women primarily use reusable cloth pads, often called rags, made from soft cotton or flannel fabrics. These aren't store-bought products, but carefully handmade items created from old bed sheets, worn-out clothing, or fabric scraps that would otherwise be discarded. The privacy code? Menstruation within Amish communities operates under a strict code of privacy that makes Victorian-era modesty look casual. Women are taught that periods are natural bodily functions, yet they must be handled with absolute discretion and never discussed openly. This creates an atmosphere where period management becomes invisible to outsiders. During their cycles, women often wear additional layers of clothing and longer aprons to prevent any possibility of staining. The community has developed subtle communication methods that allow women to indicate their needs without explicit discussion, a system so sophisticated that most people never realize it exists. Craft of pad making. Creating effective menstrual protection from basic materials represents a sophisticated craft, requiring knowledge, skill, and considerable time investment. Amish women typically begin with worn cotton bed sheets, flannel nightgowns, or soft fabric scraps that have already been through multiple wash cycles, making them absorbent and gentle. The construction process involves careful selection of materials with different absorption properties: cotton batting or multiple layers of flannel for the core, softer cotton for outer covering, and sometimes thin layers of tightly woven fabric to prevent leaking while maintaining breathability. Construction techniques vary between families, but most pads feature hand-sewn seams that won't irritate during wear and reinforced edges that withstand repeated washing. The sizing and shaping require understanding of anatomy and flow patterns, with experienced seamstresses creating different pad sizes for various cycle days and body types. Some women create specialized designs with wings or tabs for security, while others prefer simple rectangular shapes that fold and position as needed. The entire process, from selecting materials to completing a usable pad, can take several hours of careful work, representing significant time investment that demonstrates their commitment to self-sufficiency. Washing rituals. Proper care and cleaning of reusable pads require specific knowledge and techniques that Amish women learn as essential life skills, involving processes deeply connected to their cultural values of cleanliness and resourcefulness. Immediately after use, pads must be rinsed in cold water to prevent blood from setting, happening in private washing areas away from main household activities to maintain discretion. The initial rinse water, rich in nutrients, often gets used to water gardens rather than being wasted, reflecting their commitment to efficient resource use while maintaining hygiene standards. After initial rinsing, pads undergo thorough washing with homemade lye soap that effectively removes stains and odors while being gentle enough for repeated use on sensitive fabric. The washing process typically involves scrubbing by hand using washboards, ensuring every trace of menstrual fluid is removed. Drying requires careful planning. Pads must be hung where they receive adequate air circulation and sunlight for natural disinfection, but remain hidden from male family members or visitors. Weather considerations add complexity, as indoor drying during winter requires designated spaces that maintain privacy while ensuring proper air circulation to prevent mold formation. Mother-to-daughter education. The transmission of menstrual knowledge happens through carefully orchestrated mother-to-daughter education beginning years before a girl's first period arrives. Unlike modern society where information comes from schools or media, Amish girls learn everything from mothers and older female relatives in private conversations, emphasizing both practical management and cultural expectations around discretion. These educational sessions typically occur when girls reach 10 or 11, giving them time to prepare while learning specific skills for creating and maintaining cloth pads. Mothers teach daughters not just sewing techniques, but proper washing, drying, and discreet storage methods. Education extends beyond mechanics to include recognizing early menstruation signs, understanding normal versus concerning symptoms, and learning to continue daily responsibilities while managing discomfort. Most importantly, these intimate teaching moments reinforce cultural values of modesty and self-reliance that define Amish womanhood, ensuring each generation understands both practical and social aspects of managing periods within community expectation. The knowledge transfer includes herbal remedies for cramping, dietary considerations during menstruation, and the subtle communication methods used to request help when needed. This comprehensive education ensures girls enter womanhood fully prepared for the physical and cultural demands of managing menstruation in their community. Silent communication system. A sophisticated system of nonverbal communication has evolved around menstruation, allowing women to convey needs and receive support without violating cultural norms of modesty. These communication methods begin in childhood as girls observe subtle signals used by adult women and gradually learn to interpret and use these codes as they mature. A woman might indicate her condition through specific changes in daily routine, requesting help with heavy lifting, spending more time in certain house areas, or wearing particular clothing layer combinations that signal her need for additional consideration. Male family members, particularly husbands and older sons, learn to recognize these indirect signals and respond by taking on more physically demanding chores or providing extra consideration without requiring explicit explanation. Community gatherings involve additional communication layers, as women use subtle positioning, particular ways of arranging clothing, or specific interactions to convey information and coordinate support. This system demonstrates remarkable social sophistication, allowing communities to provide necessary accommodation while maintaining privacy boundaries essential to Amish cultural values. The effectiveness of this silent communication ensures that no woman suffers alone while preserving the modesty and dignity that characterizes their approach to all personal matters. Community support. Despite privacy emphasis surrounding menstruation, Amish communities have developed sophisticated support networks, ensuring no woman struggles alone with period-related challenges. Older women within each community often specialize in creating high-quality cloth pads, serving as informal suppliers for families lacking time or sewing skills, though these transactions happen discreetly through women's networks rather than open commercial arrangements. When young women experience first periods, quiet communication systems activate among female community members, ensuring experienced mothers provide guidance, additional supplies, or emotional support without creating embarrassment or unwanted attention. During particularly heavy flow days or illness periods, other women seamlessly take on additional household responsibilities, allowing menstruating women to rest without explaining specific needs to anyone outside the trusted female circle. The community maintains informal knowledge networks where information about managing difficult periods, recognizing health problems, or dealing with irregular cycles gets passed through careful, private conversations between women who have faced similar challenges. This support extends to practical matters, with women sharing resources like extra fabric for pad making, special soaps for cleaning, or herbal remedies for cramping, creating a safety net that operates almost invisibly, but ensures every woman has access to necessary knowledge and materials for effective, comfortable period management. Herbal remedies and natural healing. Amish approaches to menstrual health rely heavily on traditional remedies and natural treatments passed down through generations, representing accumulated wisdom about managing normal cycles and common problems without modern medical interventions. Herbal remedies play central roles in addressing menstrual discomfort, with women maintaining knowledge about plants like chamomile for reducing cramping, red raspberry leaf tea for strengthening the uterus, and willow bark for natural pain relief. These treatments are prepared using traditional methods and administered according to recipes refined through generations of use by women who understand both effectiveness and limitations. Dietary approaches form important parts of menstrual health management, with certain foods avoided during menstruation, while others are encouraged to support natural body processes and maintain energy levels despite potential discomfort. Physical aspects include specific rest practices and activity modifications that honor body rhythms while allowing women to continue essential daily responsibilities. Heat applications using heated stones, warm baths in portable tubs, and careful attention to staying warm during cold months represent practical health measures addressing both comfort and beliefs that maintaining proper body temperature supports healthy menstrual function and prevents complications from exposure to cold or dampness. This holistic approach treats menstruation as a natural process requiring support rather than medical intervention. Daily challenges. Managing menstruation without modern conveniences presents unique challenges that Amish women navigate with remarkable ingenuity and preparation. The absence of indoor plumbing in many traditional homes means changing and cleaning cloth pads requires careful planning and often involves trips to outdoor facilities or designated private house areas. During harsh winter months, this becomes particularly challenging as women must brave cold temperatures while managing intimate needs, leading many families to create warm, private spaces specifically for these purposes. The washing process demands significant time and effort. Cloth pads must be rinsed in cold water immediately after use, then thoroughly laundered before being dried in areas invisible to male family members or visitors. Storage presents another consideration, as clean pads must be kept in easily accessible but discreet locations, often in special drawers or containers allowing quick retrieval when needed. Travel and social situations create additional complications, as women must anticipate needs and pack sufficient supplies, while ensuring access to appropriate facilities for changing and storing used pads until proper home cleaning, requiring planning levels that modern women rarely consider. Weather conditions, work schedules, and community events all factor into the complex logistics of discrete menstrual management. Seasonal adaptations. Amish women's menstrual management varies significantly with seasonal changes, requiring different strategies and preparations throughout the year that demonstrate their adaptability and resourcefulness. Summer months bring advantages of faster drying times and increased privacy for outdoor washing and hanging, but also present challenges of managing periods during intensive farm work, canning season, and community gatherings when physical demands are highest. The heat can make multiple clothing layers uncomfortable, requiring adjustments to usual discretion methods while maintaining cultural modesty standards. Winter creates opposite challenges. Cold temperatures make outdoor facilities difficult to access, while indoor drying requires careful ventilation to prevent mold, while maintaining privacy from family members and visitors sharing confined living spaces. Snow and ice can make trips to outhouses treacherous during menstruation, leading some families to provide indoor chamber pots or private washing facilities during harsh weather. Spring and fall seasons require preparation for weather unpredictability, with women keeping extra supplies readily available and planning around planting or harvest schedules that might conflict with heavy flow days. Seasonal illness patterns also affect menstrual management, as winter colds or summer heat exhaustion can complicate normal routines. These seasonal adaptations showcase how Amish women integrate menstrual management into their broader lifestyle patterns, while maintaining effectiveness and cultural appropriateness year-round. Modern pressures. While traditional methods remain dominant, some Amish communities quietly adapt practices to incorporate modern innovations that align with values while improving comfort and effectiveness. Progressive settlements sometimes allow menstrual cups made from medical-grade silicone, as these reusable devices fit sustainability principles and last years with proper care, though adoption varies significantly between communities and families. Some women experiment with improved cloth pad designs incorporating moisture-wicking fabrics or better absorption materials, often learning about innovations through contact with non-Amish neighbors or medical visits, then adapting ideas within cultural constraints. The availability of higher-quality natural fabrics through Amish-owned businesses has led to improvements in homemade pad construction, with women creating more sophisticated multi-layer designs rivaling commercial cloth pads while maintaining traditional appearance and methods. Even communities strictly forbidding disposable products sometimes permit discreet purchase of supplies like special soaps for cleaning or natural cotton batting for improved absorption, representing small but significant accommodations to modern innovations, enhancing traditional practices without compromising fundamental values. These adaptations demonstrate how Amish communities balance commitment to traditional ways with practical needs, finding solutions honoring heritage while addressing real challenges of managing menstruation using only natural, reusable methods in an increasingly modern world.